Okay, good morning, stars. This is Mr. Hensel, and I want to talk to you guys about social distancing. I'm definitely not the first person to say this phrase. I'm not the first person to talk about it with you. I'm sure. I'm sure. Um, but everyone's talking about it, and everyone is doing it. So let's say that phrase again so we know what we're talking about. We're talking about social distancing. One more time, social distancing. To be social means to interact and to say hi to your friends and give hugs and talk to people closely. And distancing means to keep away, to keep far away from people, right? And the reason we're doing this is because of this virus that's going around. That's a very scary virus. And we are doing our best to stop it because it spreads when we give each other handshakes or when we cough or sneeze on our hands. That's how this virus gets around. So they're telling us to always wash our hands with soap and water, hand sanitize your hands, make sure they're always clean, especially after touching doorknobs, touching shoes, all the time. And they're also telling us to not touch our face because if we touch our nose or our mouth especially, then germs could get in our body faster. But this is the reason why we are doing social distancing. I'm going to say it one more time. Social distancing. To socially distance yourselves, they want you to be 6 feet apart. So I actually heard online somewhere that a good way to socially distance, by the way, boys and girls, if you are out in the public with your parents, stay by your parents. Stay with your parents because you're living with them anyway, so you probably all have the same germs, but you want to stay with your parents. But we're talking about strangers, right? If you see strangers, people that you don't know, stay 6 feet apart. So like I was about to say, is I heard someone online say something, just use your imagination and pretend that there's a big alligator between you and the next person, because alligators usually when they're full grown are about 6 feet long. So I'm going to show you guys, excuse me, the what it should look like to be 6 feet apart. So let me see here. Let me see if we can do this together. I'm going to move some things around. I'm going to take my lamp here, and I'm going to put it right over here, okay? So everyone can see my lamp. Now I'm going to walk 6 feet away from the lamp, all right? And I'm measuring them by using my own feet. That's how I'm measuring them. Ready? So I'm going to count, because a human foot is about the same size as a foot, like a ruler. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is how far away from people you really want to be. Maybe even further, like this. I'm going to count again, coming back to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? So when you go in public, if you have to, you don't want to. You want to stay inside. You want to stay inside. You don't want the germs getting in. You don't want to bring them into your house. But if you have to, and if you have to go to some place like the supermarket or a drugstore with your parents or whoever you're with, try and stay at least 6 feet apart from anyone else, especially when waiting in line or waiting at a bus stop or something like that. Just remember an alligator. Remember, you don't want to get bitten by the alligator, so stay 6 feet apart. Social distance, very important. Stay safe, everyone, and I can't wait to see everyone when we get back.